It was a few of my movies that I've been making, and now it's going to be about boxing. So straight to it, I'm going to get to will Canelo Alvarez fight and Canelo Alvarez and Mayweather fight ever happen? You know, if Mayweather really wants to prove himself that he's the best out there, which supposedly he is in his eyes, then he's going to have to fight Canelo. Not necessarily that he has to fight him, but you know, if you're he's gonna get a lot of respect if he does, because Canelo Alvarez is he's undefeated. He just beat He just beat Austin Trout. I think that was a pretty good win for him, because I mean he's fought a bunch of nobodies for the last 40 fights. And he's starting to fight some good fighters like Shane Mosley and Austin Trout. Now Shane Mosley, he's clearly out of his prime. So I think since he just won against a guy that's in his prime that defeat Miguel Cotto, which also isn't really in his prime either, but he just defeated Austin Trout, which was undefeated. So I'm gonna give it to him. I think this guy can make it a long ways. Not like Julio Cesar Chavez, which was undefeated and fought one good fighter, which is Sergio Martinez, and both guys ass kicked. I think Canelo is just heading in the right track. Now, is he good enough to fight Floyd Mayweather? Yeah, I think he is good enough to fight Floyd Mayweather. You put Robert Guerrero as a power puncher, which, you know, I don't know if you can really get away with that. I mean, Robert Guerrero hasn't lost in 7 years till now, and just by seeing that fight with Robert Guerrero and Floyd Mayweather, damn, oh God, he got murdered. And you know, I was praying for Robert to win. Didn't win, so I was pissed. I didn't see the fight because, you know, watching these Floyd Mayweather fights, watching a lot of them, they're so boring, man. I want to see knockouts, and I want to see a fight. You know, when you have Floyd Mayweather, you know, it's a lot of just moving around, throw a few punches, move around, throw a few punches, hugging, and you know, it's boring. I'm not gonna pay $59 for that. So I saw the fight the day after, and man, it was boring. It's just, I saw on YouTube, I was like, fuck. You know, no. It's just, come on, man. You got Robert Guerrero. I was counting on you. You seem so damn confident. So I was like, you know, maybe this guy can kick Floyd Mayweather's ass. And no. And you know, it was my mistake for thinking that, because I was comparing the Floyd Mayweather that I saw against Miguel Cotto, which was not as much defense. He was kind of trying to make it sort of a brawl, if you want to call it that. I don't know. So, you know, if Floyd Mayweather would have fought the way he did with Miguel Cotto, I don't know, maybe Robert Guerrero could have had a chance against Mayweather. But no, Mayweather actually, he was using a lot of his defense, and you got away with it. But if you compare Robert Guerrero's defense and Canelo Alvarez's defense, by what I saw in Andre Berto and what I saw in this fight against Floyd Mayweather, it's Robert Guerrero's defense isn't totally there, and then you have Canelo Alvarez's defense, which it's not that bad. When the defense I saw in Austin Trout, you know, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't that bad either. He ducked away from a lot of shots, and I think if he's able to do that with Floyd Mayweather, then he might have a chance. Because if you're not getting hit by Floyd Mayweather, it's not like, if you're not getting hit by Floyd Mayweather, I think you should be fine. Not saying that Floyd Mayweather is the best puncher in the world, because, I mean, that guy can't really knock anyone out, not that I've seen. You know, you have, what's his last, I don't even know his last knockout. I think last knockout that Floyd Mayweather had was against Victor Ortiz, which was a cheap shot. It was legal, but I think it was still a cheap shot. The guy was apologizing, and boom, just hits him. You know, but I don't see Canelo going down at all, like at all. But if Floyd Mayweather gets hit by Canelo, you know, just straight on, you know, Floyd's fucked, he's going to go down. Because, I mean, you can't really say that, you know, Floyd Mayweather has never been knocked out legally. I guess, I don't know. I don't think he's ever been knocked out, not that I know of. And, but you can't really say he has a good chin either because he doesn't get hit that much. But if Canelo is able to get in there, you know, and get those shots in there, then he can win this fight. You know, as long as he can just get in there and keep up with Floyd, then, you know, he can win this fight pretty damn easy. But, you know, I think what Canelo needs to do is let Floyd come to him. Everyone that fights Floyd is going to Floyd, not Floyd coming to them. And Floyd doesn't like being the aggressor at all, because he can't be an aggressor. He's a defensive fighter, not an offensive fighter. So you have to have Canelo come to him, which I think he can do, honestly. Because, I mean, Canelo's going to get that. I mean, Floyd's going to get desperate, and he's going to have to come at Canelo Alvarez if he's going to want to win. And once Floyd starts taking some steps towards Canelo, if, you know, he can counter or do whatever the hell he wants to do. You know, I think he needs to be the one defending himself. And Floyd needs to be the aggressor if he wants to win this fight. If anyone wants to win against Floyd, I just want to see Floyd get his ass beat. And, you know, I'm a hater. Whatever. But Floyd has never proved himself to me. He's fought good fighters, but are they really in their prime? I don't know. You know, you have Victor Ortiz, which he's never really done anything great. He's whatever. And Floyd cheap shotted him. Victor Ortiz, I didn't really see him winning that fight, but I mean, he could at least had a chance at that fight if he didn't get knocked out. Ricky Hatton, I'll give that one to Floyd, but Ricky Hatton was already going to retire. I guess he wasn't really going to retire when he fought Floyd, but you know it was like four fights after that till he did retire. So I mean, you got that, and then you have Robert Guerrero, which it was nobody. He fought Andre Berto, but I mean, I don't know, man. I guess Robert Guerrero was in his prime, so I figured, you know, maybe this guy can kick Floyd Mayweather's ass, but I don't know. No, he didn't. Floyd, I think, cherry picked that one. I could be wrong, you know. But I'll give it to Floyd for wanting to fight the guy that hasn't lost in 7 years. But he beat him. All right, cool. You know. And then you have Floyd that fought Shane Mosley. Who else? Oscar De La Hoya. He lost. He didn't lose those fights, but I'm just saying that, you know, they're not in their prime, man. I want to see Floyd fight a guy that's in his prime and is a legit good fighter that is pretty high up there. And I think that's Canelo Alvarez. I'm pronouncing his name a little bit wrong, but no, it's him. You know, I'll give Floyd so much respect if he beats this guy, you know. I don't like the money team. I'm not going to join the money team until he probably beats Canelo. Until then, you know, I don't know, man. You fight whoever you want to fight, but I want him to fight Canelo, and I think this fight is pretty possible. It's just that when he weighed in at like 170 something pounds, you know, when you have a guy, I don't think Floyd's going to want to take that risk, man. I really don't, but, you know, I think the fans and everyone's going to get to him and they're going to pressure him into fighting this guy. And I haven't seen Canelo back away from this fight. So, that wraps it up. Basically. So, I hope you like this video. Subscribe. I'll have a bunch of more boxing videos to come if you guys subscribe and like and do whatever. You know, you don't have to do that, just whatever. If I decide to make more boxing videos, I will. And that's about it. Thank you guys, and this is Roman Rojas, Director 65. See ya.